because he is so honest and blunt about this. This is a rare conversation where you can actually see the students transform.
So you're getting a chance to hear what these 4 college students are thinking about this.
This Professor Sam Richards shows his students the reality of why DEI is so problematic.
Right now, I just know that Trump did something with it, but that's pretty much all I know.
So they've heard whisperings of Trump finding DEI problematic, wanting to address it, but they're not quite sure why.
Hasn't he been talking about getting rid of the DEI?
Uh-huh. Do you have a sense of why? So it takes us away from merit. It's costly, right? It's unnecessary. It's unfair because it's not based on merit, right? So it's unfair.
You are choosing people based upon their identity and imposing a quota based on that identity. But we have many students on the stage do think DEI is good, forced outcomes. They even use the word forced, and forced outcomes are a good thing according to them.
For me, I'm like a big fan of the forced quote unquote DEI because I think making that progression is like necessary to kind of come back to like a balance in the middle.
In their minds, it seems that if we don't force that outcome, we won't get the momentum in the right direction. That seems to be the argument here.
Regardless of how qualified you are, how is it problematic for you to be a DE&I hire?
So now Sam is going to try and show the same student, well, wait a minute, there's more to this than you think.
He could be underqualified.
Dude, no one knows if you're qualified.
And this is remarkable because this is exactly what Charlie Kirk was saying when he got so much flack for the comment about airline pilots. And Sam is showing the exact same logic here.
I'm always going to look at you as suspicion. You would look at you as suspicion. You're going to look in a mirror and you're going to be going like, hey, Sam, am I really, is this it?
All 3 of these students have pointed out reasons why they think it's necessary.
You're evening the playing field.
For me, like equity is just, like you said, giving people what they need.
Wait, but you're studying nuclear engineering.
Yeah.
You're going to go out into the workplace as a woman studying nuclear engineering. Yeah. When you start looking for jobs, what would be forcing diversity in the places where you're going to work?
I mean, like hiring me solely because I'm a woman, I guess.
Well, what do you think about that?
She makes it clear, I would not want to be hired based off of my gender. I want to be hired because I'm qualified, because I'm the right person for that job.
I mean, I would like to be hired just like as a nuclear engineer rather than like seen as like just, we're going to take her because she's a brown woman or, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Seems logical. Who would disagree with that? Well, the student next to her does.
I actually kind of disagree with what she just said because if certain DEI initiatives weren't forced, no one would have been proactive enough to get them done.
So it's the exact same argument. We have to have it forced in order to have the momentum in the right direction, even though there are all these unintended consequences, which they're not really thinking through here, I don't think.
I mean, my mom, she's surrounded by all men at her level.
Okay.
And that's how it's been throughout like her whole career.
Uh-huh.
And it's recently gotten better. Sometimes the like initiatives or the fact that you want a certain amount of diversity in your work, like, and the fact that it's forced is helpful.
So, but why does it need to be forced? Like they gonna find, if there are qualified women.
That is the question. Why does it need to be forced? If it's forced, by definition, you are not hiring the person most qualified for the job. You are hiring them for other characteristics.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that to take like that out of consideration.
She thinks she can have both at the same time, where it's like, we want to hire the most qualified person, but we also want to increase women. You're either the most qualified person or you're not. The two can't coexist.
Like, I think that if you put a overqualified woman and an underqualified man next to each other, there are certain people who are going to choose the man because he's a man.
But that would mean that person is not hiring the most qualified person. If that's you being a fool, and your business is going to suffer as a consequence.
And even if they're not doing it consciously,
yeah,
they might just do it.
That could occur, but we can't police unconscious stupidity. That's not a justification.
Or maybe your mom got paid less, not because someone decided, hey, you know what? Like, Sam, man, you and I, we got to figure out what we're going to pay Mitra's mom. Hang on. So you're not disagreeing with Sujana. What you're saying is, yeah, but hang on, here's this other side of it. Like Sujana's saying, like, I don't want to force.
Like, I don't think that qualification shouldn't be taken into consideration at all. Like, if a man is more overqualified than a woman, then there's no reason why you shouldn't hire him and not the woman just because she's a woman.
Okay, but that contradicts what you said before. Because now you're arguing that the most qualified person should get the job. But those two ideas cannot coexist, where you're also taking into consideration, well, what is their gender, though? They're either most qualified or they're not.
But I think that we've made a lot of headway in the past 60 years when it comes to DEI, and I don't think we would have made that headway if it weren't for the fact that there were a lot of like initiatives and like encouragement and stuff like that.
What do these words mean, though? What does an initiative mean? What does encouragement mean? I still don't get, it doesn't make any sense, though, because you're still going to be looking for the most qualified person.
If you're watching the stream, she's 18, all right? She's not an expert on DEI qualifications, work study. I could go get a professor who studies this been studying it for 30 years, come in and have the conversation. Mitra's 18. So this is her thought.
We had a conversation about the importance of this because these are college students. Most of them have not been challenged on these ideas before, and they have not thought these things through to this level. I'm super excited about this. I have a chance to go down and speak to this class in the coming days, and I'm doing it. I've been looking forward to it.
What if we come along and someone comes along and says, hey, listen, man, as in Mitra's mom's case, listen, you got this company here, you got this industry. Why do you have all these men in these top positions? Like, are there not women out here who are qualified to be in these positions? Like, come on, man. Like, what's going on?
That's exactly what Jordan Peterson did. That's when the illusion began to fall apart rapidly because people quickly realized there's a lot more to this.
And you can say all you want about the fact that women have a difficult time with that because it's a male-dominant patriarchy. Any female lawyer who's hit 30 and is a partner that has any sense at all knows that's complete bloody rubbish. It's market determined right to the core.
You can go back and look at him talking to his students about this very topic. There are many factors that contribute to why there are probably going to be more men that are motivated for those positions. It's going to depend on the position, the circumstances. Do they have kids at home? Are they married? How old are they?
We've got things backwards in our culture. We're thinking, at least in part, why aren't there more women in positions of power? Wrong question. The right question is, why are there any men at all who want those positions of power? Because it's not just positions of power. You have to be such a knothead to think that. Oh, it's a position of power. It's like, sure, but it's a position of overwhelming responsibility. And if you make mistakes, you're done.
And we might find out, well, really, there's women really are not wanting to be in these positions. And then you might discover that, hey, you know what? There actually isn't discrimination. There really aren't women who are really applying for the jobs, and like there's just not. And your mom would then say, oh, fuck, all right. There we go. So we've had this conversation. We're open about it. It's good. It's all good. Like, yeah.
Anytime we impose an outcome, we're trying to override the free choices of individuals based upon factors in their own lives.
They're going to demand the actions of large groups of people. And Donald Trump comes along and says, this is crazy making. This is crazy making. Like, are you going to do that? It's one thing for one company, right? But it's another thing for whole college admissions across the United States. We're going to come up with a policy for college admissions across the United States. You all have to admit more Native American students. We don't care how you do that, but we want to see it happen. And you're like, what the hell? What is that?
So then to tie all of this together in a clear, concise, comedic way, Sam brings in a prop.
So here's another thing. I want it when you forced it onto you, right? Bro, you guys are into diversity. Do you like eating foods? This is a Korean, this is the pupa of silkworms, okay?
He's making a point here.
This class is about diversity. Like, you gotta have this. This is the problem with diversity. Like, I'm shoving it down your throat, and you're saying like, nah, no thanks, I'm good. And I'm jamming it down your throat.
We need more professors like this. So I am super excited to be able to go down in just a few days and participate in this myself.